All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for Monday, June 15th. We've got the moon in Aries. It's the later degrees. It's going to start to square Jupiter and Pluto. All right, it's also creating a sextile over there to the sun in Gemini. All right, so it's very positive in the sense of feeling assertive. All right, we're taking action. This is what it's all about, emotional action, moving forward. Okay. Now, the sextile is very beautiful, is again a positive flow of energy between two different signs. And this is the sun is in Gemini, of course, and the moon in fiery sign of Aries. All right, so we're seeking knowledge. We're seeking all the possibilities, as well as we're taking action. Okay, being assertive and saying yes to self, yes to life, yes to leading. Okay, being a leader. Moon in the cardinal sign of Aries. All right, Gemini. Mutable sign, going with change. All right, we have to be willing and open to accepting great change and being that change, right? It's about being it. As well, we have Venus, still retrograde until the 24th, still creating this sextile over to Chiron, okay, where the moon had just left Chiron on Sunday. All right, so Venus still making the sextile as well to Chiron. Chiron creating this semi-sextile to Uranus is still about breakthroughs, okay? This is energy that's been going on for the past couple of days here. And healing, we're allowing love, different possibilities of love, different things that we do love, new knowledge coming in, healing old wounds, okay? As well, the moon is going to start to create this trine here to the south node in Jupiter. Okay, South Node in Jupiter is again releasing old ideas, old information of concepts of religion, philosophy, ideologies that served a purpose in a time that no longer serve where we're at. So the moon creating this trine, the trine also an easy flow of two of the same element, okay, where the sextile is an easy flow of two different elements, air and fire. Here, the trine is all about fire to fire. Okay, so this, picks up as the day moves on. If we start moving ahead here, right there. All right, oh, here, excuse me. Let me go back. We're squaring Pluto. All right, we'll get to the trine in a second here. So we're squaring Pluto at 7 p.m. Pluto still creating the septile. The septile again being fate and destined energy. This is the Tower card in tarot. I talk about this quite often. This is the destruction and the falling out of the authority or the government structure that is, okay, and it's under great change. Now, Pluto's been here in Capricorn since 2008 and will be here until 2024 until it moves into Aquarius. All right, so we're dealing with a complete death and restructuring transformation of our government. All right, so the square says this is me, this is my emotions and how I feel and being assertive in my emotions, and this is the square is saying balance. I say this decently often in the astrology videos about understanding our relationship with government and our relationship with structure, as Capricorn and government is about structure, all right? And needing structure for our message of anarchy, if you will. And I often use this expression of talking about like a punk rock band singing a song about anarchy or down with the system or down with the structure, but also needing those instruments to be finely tuned, the stage to be well put together in order for them to sing this message. The bills have to be paid for the venue to power on the electricity grid, which is created by the government or our governmental structures, is needed. So there's a balance between order and chaos, and we're finding that line as humanity. Globally, we're finding that line and where the balance is. And emotionally, we want to break free. Aries, I want to break free. I want to be me. Who are you to say that I can't go do this? Who are you to give me a curfew? I'm a sovereign being. So we're going to have this interesting kind of feeling there. All right. And that too, like every dollar is a vote. Everything that we're giving our energy into is what we're voting for. What are we giving our energy into and what are we voting for? So this is going to be coming up today. And then as well as we're going to start to square just after that. Let me come back here. We're going to square Jupiter. Abundance or lack of abundance in myself. What do I need from the outside authority for my emotions to be content, to be happy, to be pleased with self? And this is a existential crisis, if you will, for all of us dealing with everything that's going on. And everyone has different answers and different opinions, and part of these different answers and different opinions is here in Gemini. We have to, in a certain sense, going back to the tolerance paradox, okay, right? The group of people who are tolerant. The group of people who are tolerant and only tolerant have to exclude, we'll just go over here, have to exclude people who are not tolerant. So that means tolerant people are not tolerant of intolerance, okay? That's the paradox that we're dealing with right now. And there's different sides of the coin. There's different sides of the story. There's different perspectives. And it's up to us to figure out our own piece. And as well, what are we willing to let go of as far as these ideologies, these concepts, these theories or philosophies that have one point in time helped us out to get where we're going, but no longer serve us, right? So it's cool that at the same time the moon is squaring to Jupiter, the moon is also creating that perfect sextile over here to the sun. So this is coming into that bit of awareness, what is a microaggression? What is, an old worldly perspective? That this is how things were, that just, again, no longer serves us, and allowing us to create the space for it to change, right? But in the end of the day, this is all about self. This is a day about self. Assertive. What are we willing to do? What do we want to do? How do we want to spend our time? How do we spend our energy? Who do we spend our time and energy with? And who we're choosing to spend that time and energy with, again, the conversations, the communication that happen leads to healing, breakthroughs, new possibilities, and new opportunities. And again, dealing with great change. Okay, this is all down here in Gemini. So have a beautiful day, my friends, dealing with great change, being assertive and having that fire, that passion that says, I'm driving this train. You are driving this train. This is your life, right? And if we fixate our minds on looking at only the problems and not seeing solutions, we'll see more problems. If we focus on solutions, and this is the beauty of Venus in Gemini, North Node in Gemini, the Sun in Gemini right now, and with this sextile to the Moon. If we're focused on possibilities and opportunities for greatness, and not focused on the things that we do not like. And as well, this is timeless. I mean, I just watched a friend earlier today post something relevant to what's happening now, but was from something from 6 years ago. So it's like, well, what's relevant now? What was relevant then? How do these play into each other? Are we only focused on all of these things from the past that we don't like? Well, that's not where we're headed. We're headed to a new future. So it's like putting out information and putting our energy, again, our energy is a vote. How are we choosing to spend our energy? And if we're doing it to uplift, to unify, to encourage, to empower one another, that is a loud message. Whatever message comes to you today, my friends, thank you. Thank you. Please share if you'd like. As always, I appreciate you so much for hanging out with me. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, fired up in Aries. We'll see you tomorrow.